Coffee. Alright, what's up? Sound. Music. No music. The music of sweet victory. What is up, everybody? Welcome to our tournament night. Welcome to our tournament night. We have 6-round rapid tournament. Well, I gotta find Sloth. Hold on a second. Welcome, everybody. What's up? Just getting started. Hello. Hello. The panda. Alright. Sloth camera is fixed. Sloth will just have to be here with me for a little bit. Sloth, it's too hot in here to be so close to making me hot, dude. Alright, 12 minutes till the tournament starts. Ponder Wrapped Swiss. We've got 6 rounds rapid, 10 plus 5. 3 minutes between rounds. Sparkle Horse. CM Oms. Future National Master Zen Chess. We've got Repunj Bansal, Iraq, Asterbait, and Balrongo. Just 7 players. Let's increase that. Copy. Come everybody to the stream. Ooh, it's hot in here, Sloth. You're making me breathing on me. You are breathing on me, bro. What is wrong with my, page today? That's weird. Page is weird. Why is it so big? Damn. Alright. Message all members. Pity the fool. Mr. T. Paste. Join us for Sloth Rapid. 6 rounds. Starting soon. Starting soon. Now. Alright. Dude, you're making me hot. You're too hot. Pity the fool. Alright, what's up? Asterbait. Guys, I'm going to open the window. It's too hot in here. Seriously, we had thunderstorms and the first rain. The first rain we've had in like 3 weeks, basically. It's like literally a sauna in my office with the window closed. We have extremely high humidity. About, I would say it's like 70% humidity. And just brutal. Alright, Sloth. You're too hot to sit on my shoulders there. Phew. I need a cold beer to relax. There it is, the link. Mr. Coffee, Asterbait are in the house. We've got nice rapid tournament for you. Lake Mead. Hello. Is there any seagrass? Asterbait? Do you have the seagrass? Alright. I am... Just thinking makes me sweat. It's so humid here. Dude, it's brutal. It's like Baltimore. Alright. Are you ready? This is the 10-minute 10-minute warning. Alright, Mr. Coffee with the A-Team reference. It's hot in here. I don't even have a towel. I need to use like a t-shirt. Whew, it's so hot. Alright, the Panda A-Team. I get it now. I totally didn't get it. Like, sorry, the humidity is like affecting my brain. What's up, Bijak? Blijak. Blujak. Blujak. What's up? Belrango, Asterbait, Urek. Zenchess, greetings, Master Slagy. Thank you guys for your support, especially and obviously Mr. Slow. We reached our donation goal for November's World Senior Championship. Time for a new goal. Let's just do well in the GN tournament I'm starting on Thursday as my goal. Alright, it's been really humid since last night. Very crazy here. Yeah, my tournament on Thursday, drawing of lots is half an hour before the first round. Or less. Yeah, I really enjoyed it when it was like a tournament I played 4 years ago at Lake Balaton, where like there was they secretly like made the pairings without telling me. So my opponent, the first opponent, this kid, probably prepared for me for like 2 months before the tournament. I really enjoyed that. If you're going to hold the drawing of lots and know the pairings, you might want to inform all the players of the pairings. Like, damn, how does this guy know exactly what I'm going to play? Daniel Gurevich, I don't know what happened to him, but it was very obvious that he had like prepared specifically for me, with me having no knowledge whatsoever who I was going to play. That was pretty unfair. Very, very sportsmanlike, sir. Sir? Worse than Sam Shankland. Alright, but it wasn't his fault. I mean, it was the organizer's fault. You can't like just tell some of the players what the pairings are and not tell the others, dude. That's crazy. Yeah. Crazy. Alright. We're starting in 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Is that correct? Well, one thing's for sure. I'll always play like the strongest player with black in the first round. That's generally what happens. There are very few things in life that are certain, okay? My dad used to say, and he was right, the only things that are for sure in life are death and taxes. Of course, taxes don't apply to Hungary. But the only thing that's sure when Saji plays in chess tournaments is that he gets like an extra black and he plays the strongest player with that extra black in the first round when it's a 9-round tournament. If anything we can count on, we can count on that. I always get 5 blacks and I always play the strongest player in round 1. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Grandmaster Sladgy. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. What some people do is like make their name Grandmaster when they're not a Grandmaster. You know who I'm talking about. Whatever. Grandmaster of promotion, maybe. So 11 players are with us. Welcome, guys and girls. We have Quam Lizarguzguz, Chess Video World, CM Oms, Resin Inspector, Zenchess, Biragina, and Asterbait. 4 minutes till tournament starts. I'm warning you. Guys better not forfeit. Wow. Is from Iran. My score is 0-1. That's not good. Strange name for an Iranian. Alright. It looks more Czech to me. It's got the CZ. This is good. Zen Chess, Chess Video World, Resonance Spectator 2000. Sounds like a name. Move 11. Get in the tournament. You don't play enough. Repuns Bonsal. Repuns. He's Latvian now. Vikram Somesh. Make sure you're playing on your own account. You know who you are. Urek. Astrobate. You and no one else is playing on your account. Move 11 just gifted a tier 1 sub. Antonio Morales. What? Move 11 says it's time for a hype train. I agree. It's time for a personal fan holder. You gifted a tier 1 sub to the VIP. Antonio Morales. And I agree with Znasko Borovsky. A defeatist spirit must inevitably lead to disaster. Mr. Coffee! Working on the hype train. 300 bits. I think that Znasko Borovsky was onto something. How Not to Play Chess, one of the books he wrote. That's a positive attitude, right? Thank you, Mr. Coffee and Mr. Move 11. Mr. The Chess Mister. Guys, I'm trying to navigate. It's really, really brutally humid here. I feel like I'm in the mid-Atlantic. It's really weird. There's all this moisture in the air, but it will not. It just barely doesn't. It just doesn't rain. It's like we had just a tiny bit of rain. European, actually worldwide drought is not a joke. Serious drought problems. The United States, Europe, there was China, has very bad drought. Good for the cigar collection. The humidor. Yeah, my cigar collection is pretty much almost non-existent. Get me a humidor for my birthday. Alright, we got 1 minute and 30 seconds. Good luck, have fun everyone. Make it a great hype train. Happy Passport Revocation Day. And what else is it? It's National Roller Coaster Day. Yeah, National Roller Coaster Day. But not here in Hungary. Or Legoland Europe. It's a bad joke. El Rosador 2261. Whoa. Major rating increase from El Rosador. Chess Video World. Stapfargen. So we got players joining. I don't promise much with this humidity. I'm going to do my best. But Lizard is second seed is the name I can't pronounce is an unknown quantity. Starting in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You were playing. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. How do I get Stapfargen already? Guys, get the hype train started. The only way to prevent the Stonewall Dutch is to play e4. Learning from experience. He plays the Caro-Kann? Or French? Now I can't remember. I've only played e4 against him once, I think. Sapfargan's got to be here. He's green. And he just joined the tournament. Thinking. It's never too early to resign. Alright, I'm really, really sick of the summer, so can we get some September weather here? I need like a cooling drink. Beer is just not cold enough. I put it in the fridge this morning just to show you how bad our heat wave is. I put it in the fridge this morning and it's still not cold. If that's any indication of how hot it is here. My beer is not cold enough after being... It's pretty cold actually, but it still doesn't help. I need ice cubes. Guys, hype train. Move 11 tried to start a hype train, but your hearts weren't in it. Just Mr. Coffee and Move 11. You know, we had heat before. It was like 35 degrees Celsius, but it was like dry heat. This is not a dry heat. I feel like I'm swimming right now. And it just saps your energy. I have no theoretical knowledge in the bishop e5 check Sicilian. Virtually none. It just didn't feel the energy to play a proper open Sicilian. Nimzovician principles are good. As far as I'm concerned, I am playing the BOGO with the white pieces. We already got an e4. Except my opponent didn't play d5. It's not really a BOGO if your opponent didn't play d4. But it's like similar. Come on guys. Let's see some chatter in the chat room. Wake me up. Delicious. So g6, that's probably a good move, dude. Probably a good move. Mr. Coffee, what are you doing? I don't know, I need the ice bucket challenge here. How's weather in Pennsylvania, man? What's your temperature like in Harrisburg? Similar to the Delaware Valley? Relatively cool. Do you have like the Poconos or like mountains around somewhere? I mean, my geography is kind of poor on the eastern half of Pennsylvania for someone who grew up in relatively close proximity. I don't know, man. It's just, it was hot in South Jersey in the summers. I would imagine like Harrisburg would be similar. So you do have some mountains. Complete with hillbillies. Seriously, man, do you have hillbillies that far east? Or you have to go out to like Pittsburgh region to find like legit hillbillies. You must have hillbillies, like, right? They're voting they have big red hats. Stop the steal. They believe everything. Alright. I am trying to play the Gioco Pianissimo, I guess. R.I.P. Liz Cheney Day. Alright. What's amazing for me is that how people will believe anything. How dumb people are. I'm not going to go into a political rant. I mean, it applies to everything. Chess, poker, politics. I'm dumb too, you know, but I'm just like less dumb than the average. What's staggering is how dumb, really dumb people are. Pennsyltucky. I never heard that before. All right. We're gonna need more beer. It's a Rossalimo like clone. What I'm playing here. This square is weak. I don't want to just like play d4 and have him coming in here. Pennsyltucky Phil. H3 is a lazy man. Lazy man move. Bishop c4. Bishop c4. a6. What would Leonid Udazin do? Bishop c4. a6. Then what? Bishop b3. b5. Take, take. I don't know, I'm like walking into it. What other choice do I have? I mean, a6 is coming. I guess we could try something else. Knight c4. Give up the bishop with like bishop takes c6 and then lock it. Lock it! It's like a storage unit. Alright. What's the name of the groundhog? Play on groundhog names. Mr. Coffee, are you in the field today? It's awfully quiet in the chat room. It's hump day. It's not even hump day, it's Tuesday. The day before hump day, whatever. Why is there nobody here? Negative. Sire. Hello? Hello? I'm gonna be a puppet master when I quit this chess thing. We are playing fully on instinct. The Super Blitz your arena. What are you talking about, Willis? Move 11, triggering the chess lecture. Add. An add by. I don't know, we need some more life in the chat room. Bob, Arsenal fan. It's awful quiet in here. Okay, b5 is really not... It's just not really cool. So I think we got this. I mean, we got a5. If d5, that's the critical question. I think we're all right. But our hero with black has the bishop pair. Chess Network. If I remember correctly, I think I saw him playing... He's a good blitz player. I think I saw him playing this kind of stuff with white. So, I like it. I like it when you do it like that. Nice and passive. Alright, it's time to develop. I talked about him a few days ago. Did I? No. We played a tournament game in real life. And then I played a lot of blitz games with him on ICC years ago. Though I didn't know who I was playing at the time. I only realized who it was later on. I actually was in disbelief. I didn't think he was that strong in blitz, but he's actually pretty strong in blitz. Bijak, thank you for pointing out that I have Alzheimer's. But it's just relevant because I'm just trying to think of people that I know that play this like stuff with white. I never played Bishop e5 check against the Sicilian except in the like offhand blitz game. I don't know who to think of. I mean, Magnus Carlsen, I could reference Magnus Carlsen, who loves Bishop e5 check. Also, Wesley So did a course on it that one of our students has purchased. I'm not going to promote any third-party sites here unless they pay for advertising. Or are otherwise directly involved with me, like Chess Lecture. This was the first idea. Oh my god. No, I expected that last move. I expected him to play d5 immediately, and then I play knight on ce5, and if he takes, I take on c6. But I think I had misevaluated this, actually. You know, come to think of it, I don't think my intended variation even works. If he plays d5, I play knight c5, he takes, I take, he takes. If I take back on e4, I lose my e4 pawn. That was a problem. Now he's blundered. Blunderificus. That's a really bad blunder. You have that course. I'm going to be consuming that content soon. Well, if you get it in like DVD format, you definitely don't want to consume it like directly. Consumers. No, it's not. It's ZenChess' favorite site that does not pay for advertising space here. So, yes, bishop takes e7. A minor miscalculation. He is just completely lost now. Correct. The easiest thing to lose is a lost position. Isn't that the quote now? The hardest thing to win is a one position. That's one of those like go-to sort of Tartikover quotes. Right? Am I right? Asterbate? He's down a pawn and the exchange. That's pretty serious. Yes. I'm just like up in exchange and I don't know what to do. Isn't this just fun? The shelf. Where's move 11? I really ought to write a chess book someday. Elf on a shelf. The elf shelf. You don't know what I'm talking about. This is the shelf. Shelf square. F4. You can bring his queen to roost on the shelf here. A sort of female elf shelf. I mean, queen is female. Anyways. Guys, we need some craziness in the chat. I just don't have the energy to inject with this humidity. I'm normally wild and crazy in the chat, but it's all I can do to like concentrate and focus on my games. Everybody, listen, we're going to be playing a tournament on Thursday. Real tournament, real chess with actual time controls in a real place. The Hungarian chess, the halls of the Hungarian Chess Federation. Ooh. Actually, you know what makes me happy? I have a good feeling when I play there. Because I played so much in the Hungarian Chess Federation, I feel very like confident and I won a lot of good games. This sounds sort of stupid. Does anyone else who plays tournaments ever think like this? But I have a good score. I mean, I'm kind of superstitious. Because I've had so many good wins at the halls of the Hungarian Chess Federation and a lot of bad losses, but still, I feel like where I play can actually make a difference. Is that weird? Or is it just me? Oh yeah. That's right. If it wasn't for knight b6, queen c8 would be a good move. So what's black's best move here? What did I tell you? What makes a big difference to me is the board I'm playing on a vibe. Yeah. It's deep, man. Very deep. Deep thoughts from Zen Chess. But I mean, I have like certain places, like the place where our team plays. I've kind of struggled there. I don't feel that like, oh man, I won so many good games from this place, you know. Whereas in the Hungarian Chess Federation, I have a lot of old wins where I was facing strong opposition. Get me out of here. I'm gonna lose a pawn. I don't care, whatever. Get me a queen trade. Having trouble concentrating. Quality, the color of the squares, dude. I had a blue board once. Like one of those roll-up vinyl boards with blue squares. People hated it. They freaked out. I'm not playing on that blue board. I like the blue board. It was more the white and blue squares rather than white and green. Somehow it was like ice, ice, baby. No, it was like more pronounced because it was less common. I felt like it was more like the blue squares stood out better, but everybody hated it. Now don't start like playing serious chess here. It was kind of a novelty thing. I mean, I normally like the green board. Or just normal, like, you know, wooden, shades of wooden wood. Would you, woulda? If you coulda? Would you? Jeez, what am I doing here? Staffhagen is like trying super hard now that he has lost position. Lost position expert. Really, he's turning into a try hard. It's amazing how hard it is to kind of make progress here for me. It's super annoying. Alright. I am not cool with that. That's not good. I don't like that bishop there. We'll try a different method here. Trial by fire. Methodological. Methodological. This is really annoying. I just don't know what to do. Wow. Insta move. I don't know, man. Like, apparently the worse suspicion gets, the more confident he is. Since dropping the exchange, he just gets scarier and scarier. Wow. Maybe you should just hang material more often. Back again. I never had so much of a hard time like winning up the exchange. I'm up a pawn in the exchange, and it's like I feel like I'm down material. That's insane, dude. It's really strange. I literally feel like I'm down material. I'm up a pawn in the exchange? Did I say I'm up? Did I think I'm up the exchange? Wow. I'm literally not up material. Hold on a second here. I do not understand what happened. How does he have 2 bishops? What? Okay, no wonder this was so hard. How does he have 2 freaking bishops, man? Seriously. I don't understand. When did he win 2 pieces for the rook? What? Wow. That's crazy, man. I don't understand. When and how did you get 2 pieces for a rook? I do not understand. Dude, you dropped the exchange with bishop takes e7 check. How do you have 2 pieces for a rook? How did that happen? I don't understand. What was that? When did I give back material? What? I don't understand this game at all. The game is already analyzed? Are you kidding me? I do not understand. So you just like lost the exchange for nothing. I took this and I'm just... Oh, snap. Wow, master of hallucinations. I just gave him those... Oh my god. Wow, I just dropped a piece. I had no idea I dropped a piece. I'm seriously on drugs. Humidity is affecting my brain. No wonder I was having so much trouble winning that. Seriously, that's ridiculous, man. No wonder I was having so much trouble winning this exchange up position. Oh my god. I'm like, oh man, this is hard. Phew, this is hard. Winning this exchange up position is hard. Man, I hope nobody watches this video and thinks that I'm serious. That's what happens when you don't play chess all day and you're in like 80% humidity. This player better have 100 games. 206 blitz games. Alright. Reluctantly crouched. What was that? Presidents of the USA. I don't remember the song. Dude, that's crazy, man. Bishop takes f3 just dropped a piece. I thought I was giving him a pawn and I was giving him a knight. Like, what is wrong with me? Oh. It wasn't Presidents of the USA, it was Cake. Okay. Move 11, this is music. Yeah, it was Cake. Okay. Yeah, that was a funny song. Alright. Thank you for reminding me. Good call, move 11. The Distance. Yeah, that's a great song. Oh, man. I can't believe I'm down 2 pieces for the rook, and I thought I was just winning. Like, this is the hardest position ever to win. If you're... I can't believe how well he's defending here down the exchange. It's like a comedy, really. That's as good as hanging mate in my simul. Ooh. Serious form there. That explains why his defense was so tough. You always want to keep an eye on like the material balance, like a general idea of our material balance. Uber driver's in. Oh, I'm starting. Wow. Oh, that's like the worst opening move, by the way. I think the Grob is actually worse than like f3, probably. Grob is seriously bad. Is the Grob like literally white's worst first move? It has to be, right? I mean, mathematically, it's like a certainty. The only move that could come close, possibly, is f3. But I'm sure f3 is like less weakening than g4. g4 is white's worst first move, right? Or knight a3 or something. I think g4 is worse. It just does like permanent damage to white's position. Now, technically, I think c4 is white's best move here. Transposing to a Groblish, a Timur Gariev favorite, the Groblish. The Grobler. Oh, I love those ambulance sounds, don't you? It's so harmonic. Well, that's an early buy, Asterbate. That was a really good one. I enjoyed that ambulance. Not too late to play a Groblish. Ruslan Bear with the score. 19.5. I want to learn to talk like a Canadian. So I can really like back it up when I tell people I'm not really an American. Big Bass Hunter. Has anyone else played that like arcade game? Good lord. Knight f3. Perverse. Truly perverse. It's the Alekhine Groblish. Groblikin. Groblikine. A classic Groblikine. That's a bad move. I mean, you should play d3. It's all about the e4 square. Check it out on Chess Lecture. Chigorin. Check yo Chigorin. We're going to roll the dice here with h5. You know, earlier there were probably some issues with that. Oh yeah. Groblikine. Retreat variation. Simply bishop f1 and everything's fine. They make good vodka in Ukraine, right? Seriously, can I buy like Ukrainian vodka somewhere? There has to be a way. I mean, that would be a cool marketing thing. We could support Ukraine by buying vodka. I guess vodka is more. It's the whole region, right? Poland, Ukraine, Russia. It's not just Russian. Poles are really big on vodka. Finland. We could support Ukraine by having like a special kind of vodka. Okay, c5, bishop e5 check. He's gonna get away with murder here. Murder, she wrote. Angela. The sheriff is in over his head. Tom Bosley. Oh. Uh-oh. Knight e2. Oh my god, man. You're crazy. You're crazy. You will not. You will not do that ever again. Is that a normal move to come up with? Really? It's like standard? It's pretty impressive. Like, you're literally a tactical genius. But, you know, nevertheless, still completely lost. Okay. You know, this guy has a really crazy score against me, right? 19.5. Basically 33%. Not a little lower. Oh my god. You know, I don't really want to trade queens, right? He's a little close to, like, holding this together. Too close for comfort. Visit you in the hospital. This is gonna be fun. Right? We're gonna have fun here. A little torture. You can't. This isn't a simul, it's one-on-one. I mean, you're not gonna flag me by playing crazy stuff. You're gonna get destroyed. That only works in the simuls where I'm playing 25 people at once. Where you've got to be really, really strong, like World Loser. And you're playing like 2000 level in 1 minute. The Grobler. Turkey Grobler. What are we having for Thanksgiving this year? Turkey Grobler. Man, the chat is just dead. I'm going to start a new stream. We'll start doing something else like Hearthstone. Mr. Cuffy, when did you use... Oh, you used 300 bits? Oh, that's 42 minutes ago. Yeah. Hearthstone. Hearthstone's been around for a while, huh? Man, the last, like, 7 years have gone by really fast. I guess I should have done like poker streaming. Variety streamer. B3. Chigorin. Okay. You're not up the pawn anymore, dude. I'm having troubles with bubbles. The troubles with bubbles. Uh-huh. I have an idea. You're gonna like it. Oh no. Resident Inspector, I don't think so. I mean, what's the reason why we hate the real London? Right. Despicable me. Oh my god. I mean, I beg to differ. I have rook takes h3. Combinational chess. This is gonna be kind of close. We're not even gonna do this anymore. Where I used to say like, "Oh, Ruslan's rating is way too low," you know. I give up. Every time I play this player, it feels like he's trolling me. Damn, he missed bishop takes d4. Holy shit. I mean, dude, you've got bishop takes d4 here. I mean, I didn't think I could get away with rook takes c2, but maybe I could? Bishop takes d4, rook takes c2, bishop c3. What do I do? And my rook's threatening to get trapped. King d1 is a bad... It's a bad hombre. King d1 does not help your situation. I guess we can take, but then comes the knight d2 problem. Still, this looks really good for me. What are my other options? d3, frozen in time. g5. What's wrong with g5? Bishop takes d4. This is a no-brainer. I'm doing it. Grob U. Grob University. Where did you graduate from? Grob. Grob him by the... What was Grob's first name? I was actually, you know, it's funny. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I couldn't remember. Is it like Friedrich Grob, or... With a name like Grob, you have to have a hard first name. It's got to be like Karl Grob. Karl Grob. Can't be like Frankie Grob. Grob him by the grob. Grob him. Counter Grob. Slice. Slice. Grab this. Count Grobula. Yes. Grab this. Henri Grob? That's like too soft. Are you serious? That's a disappointment. Henry Grob. Was he a Frenchman? Or an Englishman? Bob Grob. That's like a fast car salesman. Did you see that there's a book out about Fast Eddie? What was his name? Crazy Eddie. Probably good reading. It was this like discount store for electronics when I was a kid. He had insane commercials. I don't know if Move 11, it's probably before Move 11's time. What if I just sit on him here? The sitter. I'm not sure this is a great idea, but it'll probably work. Or will it? Maybe not. how does he find like the best move instantaneously there? And I guess there aren't a lot of options. Instantaneous best move. That's creepy. Creepy. Grobula. Something weird about this player, to say the least, but whatever. I don't know. It's not worth joining in after a pub dinner and 5 pints. That's up to debate, or up for debate. You got a lot of stamina after pub dinner and 5 pints. Depends on your level of diabetes, really. Wow. Is that it? He's just gonna go down without a fight? Like knight takes f2? It's kind of disappointing. Yeah, I gotta get this book about Crazy Eddie. Crazy Eddie's deals are insane. But apparently his life was really insane. Sounds good, a pub dinner and 5 pints. Roasted chicken. Damn, dude. What bishop? It seems like Rissan was... I think I was on the verge of screwing this up. But he doesn't really deal in, like, accurate, you know, accuracy. This is just mean, but I think it's a good move. Oh, it's too late, dude. It's just a little too late. Great idea, though, with the A5. Wow, this is so brutal. And now. Like how his bishop's on this diagonal to stop the passer. Dog. Two. Let's see what's behind door number 2. This was fun anyway. I almost let it get out of control. Speaking of Crazy Eddie, our opponent is extremely crazy. Don't play the Grob. What can I say? Play just badly, still going. Wow. Stonewall attack, pawn chain, activated. Dude, we gotta get him like hooked up with, oh, what's his name? The IM from from Manhattan or Brooklyn who plays. Man, I can't remember anybody's names anymore. Plays the Stonewall Attack. Get Stonewall Attack training. That's something that would be good for like Chessable. Stonewall Attack Masterclass with Andrew Soltis. November is a USCF event here in Vegas. What? November? Really? What is in Vegas in November? Something random? What USCF event, Asterbait? There's no traditional Vegas tournament in November. Is this something with it's another National Open related tournament? Yeah, I think like someone mentioned the Jobaba London, but as Excel pointed out like last week or 2 weeks ago, it's possible that Stonewall is actually worse than the London system. But at least it's not like drawish and boring. I mean, it's boring, but it's not as drawish as the London. I'll give it credit for that, you know. What drives me crazy is the people just robotically playing the London. The Stonewall is... I mean, I kind of respect it as a defense against d4. But with white, it's pretty weird. Alright. Round 3 on the way. That was like maybe one of my first chess books. Stonewall Attack by Soltis. Absolutely crap book. It was basically like a cheaply produced white space menace. Really, really horrible chess book. Soltis was weird like that. He has some good books and some horrible ones. It's funny for a guy who was an actual journalist to publish something so crappy like that. Uh-oh, rook takes f5. Are we getting a little fancy here? He's got an eye on g8. Oh my god. I was wondering about this. This is an amazing move. Queen takes g2 check. A truly amazing moment in the history of chess. Though we're obviously going to get to like an equal material rook ending, where Stapvargan wins by nature of his superior pawn structure. I've got a challenge here from Hungarian, Nyomtato. It means like printer or something. But this is not the time. Nyomtato, we're hosting a tournament. You can come by tomorrow morning and play 7+5. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I just clicked accept his challenge. Whoops, sorry. Sorry, can't play. I accidentally accepted. My bad. I apologize. Didn't mean to accept the challenge there. I just see green buttons. Oh, wow. So Stapvargan had a move? Oh, he had queen g3. But that's crazy. He could have taken the rook, but he loses the bishop. Okay, so it doesn't work. Nice try. Play chess badly. Nice try with queen to hg2. Very cute. The Lehmann. Corona with a slice of Lehmann. No relation to Hans Niemann. The Las Vegas Open. Okay. So Asterbait, who's the organizer of that? Let me see. Open link in new window. Is this spam? US chess, whatever. US chess sucks. Yeah, it's probably at the Flamingo. What the fuck is the Flamingo? August, dude. That's Las Vegas Open. Dude, you know this says August, right? The link you just sent me is for August. Did you say November? I mean, I have no idea who the organizer of this is. Didn't you say November, Holmes? It sounds like someone's vacuuming outside. What is that? Beautiful pink clouds in the sky. I think my neighbor is vacuuming. Very annoying. Neighbors, do you have to vacuum while I'm streaming? You haven't seen Corona in cans? Nah, of course they have it. They have it in the commercials. When everybody goes to the beach and there's all those beautiful girls. I remember, like, they have a big cooler of Corona cans. But I said the same thing. Like, it's very unusual. I've never actually had a Corona can in my life, in real life, but I have seen only in commercials. But it's been around for a while. I remember those commercials from like 4 years ago. The traditional Corona like commercials have Corona in bottles, but I have seen ones with cans. I'm thinking it was actually Corona Light though. That's the funny thing, like we don't have light beer in Europe. Uh-oh. What happened to this guy, by the way? I'm just gonna check him out. Did he win both his games, or? Rating 1857, FIDE. 13 years old. Puzzle Storm 59. That, like, way better than me. So he's super fast, plays lots of bullet. Did he win his last two games? The Lizard. What? So he drew with Resident Inspector and drew with Vikram Somesh. That's weird. Alright. Anyway, alright, we're back to our game. I just want to see, you know, how many points my opponent has. It would be nice if that was available while you're playing to see the cross table of the tournament, like it was real life or something. Asterbait, you didn't answer me. Oh, Bex has? I know Amstel Light is the only European, you know, I don't, do they actually sell Amstel Light in the in Europe, or is that just a product they make like exclusively for? Is that a product they make like exclusively for the United States? Funny, isn't it? Didn't realize. Well, Bex is another brand that's hugely marketed to the United States. Not so popular in Europe like it is in the US, I don't think. But in Hungary, like, I don't know if I could find a light beer. Maybe in the UK. It's like taxes. People are like, what's that? Hungarians and their light beers. I don't remember losing to this guy. Oh, it was a king and pawn ending. Oh, okay. So he's played perfectly, although he drew two much lower rated players. He's playing the opening perfectly. Most people don't know how to play this variation, especially like 13-year-old kids rated 1800. That's why I play it. It's like an anti 13-year-old kid who's 1800 system for white. Basically, to make a long story short. Just insta moves. I might as well just resign. Yeah. Whatever, dude. I don't know. I'm just gonna resign. I don't know. 1800 FIDE. You drew 2 weak players and then play like perfect moves and a variation. That's kind of weird. And I already lost to you. Let's see how I lost to him the previous time. Yeah, I don't think so. I just don't feel like playing a player I don't really know if he's legit or not. I don't like this. The fact that I lost to him the first time. The fact that he's using no time. I'm just not going to play this game. I resign. You can have the tournament, dude. Whatever. But where's my last game with this guy? This kid. He insta plays like that knight a5 type of thing. Like, dude, I don't know. Probably he just wants to play me. Why can't I click on this? I want to see how I lost this guy before. If it was sus or not. That was really haunting me a year ago. It's nothing sure. I played knight h6 against him. Alright. No, I don't know. Whatever. I had a weird feeling about this game. Alright, let's pay attention to what else other people are doing. I don't see how he draws. He draws 1800, draws 1800 and comes out, you know, or draws 2000, comes out like playing like monster against me. That's pretty weird. We could take a quick look at the opening, though. I mean, to find this type of plan, like, instantaneously that he played, you know, you just don't encounter this variation with black. It's not theoretical. You can't memorize it. It's extremely unusual for white. Engine number 1 move. Obvious engine number 1 move. Opening Explorer number 1 move. Obvious Opening Explorer number 1 move. Rook d1. Again, Opening Explorer number 1 move. And now Opening Explorer number 1 move. But again, another obvious move. So there's no way to be sure. I had a bad feeling about this. When he, you know, most people will think about it, at least think about this. And he just like insta played Bishop b7, dc5, now insta played knight a5. Apparently it's not the best move. But I'm kind of creeped out by this. Don't trust black here. Might be cheating. Knight a5 isn't the best move according to the engine. He's definitely out of opening book now. No one played my move. I was already paranoid. I thought about e4, but I don't like this square that much. The f4 square. I just didn't know about this account. I don't like taking any chances on playing someone who's possibly cheating. They just don't have that many games. Alright. not enough information. I just don't want to take a chance on playing a computer. I'm not going to say they're cheating, but I just don't know. It looks like they were certainly playing legitimately, but it freaked me out how fast they're playing and how perfectly. So I'm not going to play you until I'm certain that you're legit. All right, let's take a look here. What's happening with Rossador? Is this over? I don't know, man. My internet is screwed now. We've got no internet. Horrible lag. Ping of 642. It's probably a good thing that I resigned anyway. I've got ping of 600. Can't even load pages. It's probably for the best that I resigned that game anyway. I mean, how am I going to play against a super fast bullet player with a ping of 600? I'm also not seeing I can't even like change pages here. Late. Staffargen's still playing. Here's another player that is a weird situation. Was Staffargen play the dragon? Oh, he plays the dragon? Interesting. I forgot about that. Isn't this like an inaccurate move order for black? Maybe not. For white, I mean. Rook e8. Rook e8? Man, I think our stream is not working. Nobody's in the chat. Rook e8 is a super weird move. Paranoid is the word of the day. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't realize that the other game I lost to them was a knight h6. But he played, like, really well in that game, too. I just really don't want to play people unless I'm certain that they're okay. I'm not going to give anybody the pleasure of, like, cheating against me. If you're here on my stream and you're playing on a regular basis, then I'll trust you. By the way, yeah, he's supposed to be 13. I mean, 13-year-old players who are 1800 don't know how to play against the E3 Grunfeld. If he was like 2100, okay, maybe. They wouldn't handle it so quickly and so perfectly. He's probably following the opening book or something, I don't know. I definitely don't trust anybody who's 13 years old, first off. You know, when I saw that, that was like a red flag. But another rule is you don't play the dragon against, like, little kids. Like Vikram Somesh. You know, check this out. Today I had a message from Ratnas Agar Balam, who said, Vikram Somesh is my brother's account, and I'm the one who played. So he played on the guy's account, his brother played in his account. You know, this is not cool. It's not okay. I mean, I'm glad that you, like, came out and you were honest about it. But, I mean, seriously, this is the kind of stuff that these kids do. They'll play on each other's accounts. I knew it. I was like, wait a minute, he played the Evans Gambit in one game, and now he's, like, playing the closed Sicilian with white. It was clear that something was going on. He was cheating, playing on his brother's account. I appreciate you like being honest about it, but still. I'm not an idiot, man. I could tell the difference between someone who's like 2100 playing the Evans Gambit and a 1500 who's like playing the closed Sicilian. Yeah, well, he wanted to like make his brother look good or something. Obviously, Mr. Coffee, you know. The brother like watched my stream, challenged me, and then the other brother came and was like, "Oh, let me play in your account. I'll beat the IM." You know, this kind of crap. I mean, I do appreciate they're at least being honest about it later. Like, 6 months later, you admit that there was something funny going on. My last game, I'm sorry, but like, you're playing a really strong player compared to your rating, and you're able to play the whole opening in negative 20 seconds without making a single inaccuracy, knowing exactly what you're doing against a kind of not so common variation. That's a little weird. You would at least stop and have to think a little bit. It's not like I'm playing the main line. I pretty much have a reason not to trust anybody. That's why, I like this team. I made the team. For the most part, we can trust people, but this rule of like 100 games, Mr. Coffee, it's still not enough, Probably, objectively. We need to ask people to like submit their personal identification or something. A 1,000 games and like a scanned copy of your driver's license. And the signature and a note from your doctor. But if I'm even a little bit suspicious, I'm just going to resign or not play. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of cheating against me. You found an old blog of Magnus's dad? Did he talk about losing to me? That'd be funny. He tells them there why he thinks Magnus is good. I think he was impressed by my analysis against, he was impressed by Magnus's analysis session with me when we went over my win against Magnus's dad. That was the turning point in Magnus's career. When he did like post-mortem with me about his dad's game. The only thing I'm interested in as far as Magnus is understanding how his style was influenced to be so good at endgames at an early age. I'm only curious about that. Other than that, I'm not really interested in the history of Magnus or his dad. But I will get to my my own writing one day. If I live to be a senior citizen, maybe I'll write a book of my memoirs or something, which no one will buy because I'm almost unknown. Okay, so here's the current position. You guys want to take bets on who wins this game? $15-year-old article would be like right exactly when I played Magnus. Well, that was 16 years ago. So that was a year before I played Magnus. That was when he became world famous. He started to be famous right before I played him. The year before I played him. So, yeah, that makes sense. Safargan's a good player, but I don't think we can trust white. After the brother's admission of cheating. Is black winning here? Why the big Magnus? Nostalgia here, Guldur Khan. Who's Magnus? Alright, Carlson the Sloth. I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like something you would learn from a book necessarily. I was more interested in like his actual trainer's influence on him. How much did Agdestein like influence Magnus or anyone else? You're just obsessed with magic training regimes. Magic the Gathering. You don't need me to remind you that there's no such thing as magic, right? Magnus Carlsen had a natural talent for endgames. Or has. Has and had. That might be a form of magic. For most people it doesn't apply. Wait to play. I lost twice against Vikram Somesh. Let's see this. One game was the brother. The Evans Gambit game. I still got 600 ping. What is wrong with my internet? Now it says 100. Then why did it take 5 seconds to load this web page? 4 games with you. Alright, let's see this. 2 wins, 2 losses. The brother... So the brother, that was the recent one. Okay, that was the literal. The brother beat me in a 10-game Evans Gambit. Then there was Sicilian Defense Classic, so the brother actually played game 2 as well. Because this guy plays the closed Sicilian. So the brother didn't admit it, but probably he played 2 games under his brother's account. How's this game? Don't remember how I lost it, but I was pretty paranoid after the first game. Yeah, Bishop e5 is not a move that a player who knows theory is going to play there. I was actually totally winning. Oh, maybe this is a legit game. I was just totally winning. How did I lose? What? I just hung a knight. Okay. So that game wasn't sus. Just the one game was his brother playing. Random comment section. This is not a bulletin board. Alright, you're just like spamming the chat with random stuff. Please don't do that. It's too hot and humid here to spam the chat with random Magnus comments. Yeah, I'm not playing. I just resigned my game. My opponent was just too fast, too confident, and seemed like I couldn't be sure they're legit or not. Alright, anyway, I can't watch this anymore. This is too boring. That's the only game in town, though. Alright. El Rosador lost. I just can't play if there's even like a 1% chance my opponent is a computer. I don't want to play. We're gonna have to make like stricter rules about entry to the team, I think. I'm not just gonna keep like accepting random people. 100 games is not enough evidence. $1,800. Putting up a good fight here. That was a pretty strong maneuver, defensively speaking. Wow. Knight f4 works. I hope Sapvargan isn't as paranoid as me. He just lost a piece. He does have two connected passed pawns. The brother strikes again. 1,500. So what's the problem? Is the brother like not allowed in the team or something? So what did he do already? Oh, he already beat Zen Chess. Damn, dude. Let's see this game. Alright. That's ridiculous. So he's 1,800 lichess, 1,500 in blitz. He already beat Zen Chess. Looks like Zen Chess blundered in equal position after 48 moves. Dude, I mean, there's no excuse for ghosting. But even the brother is not that strong. Alright, dude. 14 CPL. This guy's not playing 14 CPL at 1,500 bullet, alright? He's gonna get banned from the team. It's already too much now. And he drew against that The guy I resigned against because I was sus. This is enough. I've seen enough. What's the CPL on this one? We don't need any more evidence. It's going to be like 0 cent upon loss for both. Perfect game. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. A 53 move draw. White 0 inaccuracy, 0 mistakes, 4 blunders. How do you have 0 inaccuracies, 0 mistakes, 4 blunders? Seriously. And the other guy is like a 1500. I don't know what to even start to think here. This is super weird. So this guy's performance rating is already like sus. I'm gonna kick him out of the team, seriously. Would that sus, like, yeah. Whatever. Alright. I've had enough of this, really. I'm gonna make a judgment here. It was a terrible game. Staffvargan was totally winning. It's not like the guy's cheating with the computer. But my problem is, like, how the heck are you, like, 1700 in Blitz, and you're 1800 Rapid, and you're, like, beating 2200s? I know that, man, but his performance rating is, like, 2600. It's obviously the brother who's sent me a message today. What's the brother's rating? Guys, I might be late to my game, but I want to figure this out. Rat Nas Tiger Balam. So he's 2180 Rapid. Nobody's using a computer. Alright, you just like joined the chat there, Repunj, and you don't even understand the context. I have a message from this guy that said he admitted to playing on his brother's account already. Now he's suddenly like with a 2600, performance in the tournament. I'm just gonna like kick them both out, Seriously. 0 tolerance policy. What is with my internet? My internet doesn't work anymore? Why doesn't this work? I am not going to accept this anymore. Guessing whether you're playing on your brother's account or not. I can't kick him out? He's already left the team or what? Can anybody explain to me why I can't kick this player? Did I kick him out? Just a second, I'll get to my game. You took care of it already. There's zero tolerance for this crap. Nobody should be playing on anybody's else account, like, ever. On my stream against me, or even in general. I don't have to be paranoid every time I play someone, they're cheating. It's absolutely stupid. What do you make of that comment, Mr. Coffee? I don't understand. Obviously, what I played was my preparation, but what is it? Hello, my father used to play chess and I am his son? What is that about? That's the other guy. I mean, you're making me more suspicious than I was in the first place. These guys just keep incriminating themselves worse. What does that mean? I saw that he came to the tournament. I saw the 2 chess games draw. I guess it's like Google Translate. Something weird about that too. I don't know what to make of that. It's lost in translation. I don't think we can even draw a conclusion what he's trying to say there. I mean, he's trying to, like, do Google Translate. Oh, the father came to the tournament, and then the son played against me, is what he's saying. Right. The father's using his account. Just a second, I'll be right back. This is ridiculous, man. See, this is just... I don't want to leave the site. Alright. I don't want to leave the site. Right click. Mr. Coffee, see, this is what I have to deal with. See, I was right. I knew there was something fishy. How does that player draw 2 games against, like, much weaker players and then suddenly plays like a grandmaster against me with perfect knowledge of the opening? This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's just ridiculous. How dare you? No tolerance policy. I knew there was something weird. What's the name? Lizardo? LCZ? Yeah. I don't understand why people think they can just, like, do this stuff, you know? That's why I'm completely paranoid. And I have to resign after 15 moves because something doesn't smell right, like, all the time. Alright, I accept a draw. I'm sorry, I don't want to mess up the game, you know? I'm sorry, Leon. Unfortunately, I had to deal with this stuff. But I'm out of the running here anyway. Let's focus on just salvaging what we can here. Can we salvage something from this tournament? And I'm going to be more... Mr. Coffee, you're going to help me. We're going to be more selective. Poor Zenchess, like, left the tournament, by the way. After losing to that 11 CPL, you know, and Ripunj Bansal can say what he wants, but still, 14 CPL from a... 14 CPL from a guy who's supposed to be 1500 in bullet is bullshit. And freaking Zenchess, who's supported the stream, is like he leaves the tournament because he's disappointed. He's losing to like an 1800 in the first round. That was totally sus. So Mr. Coffee, the new rule is like we're gonna like vet people more carefully. The 100 game rule can apply to who I play like randomly who I play on like my streams when I'm playing Blitz and stuff, but we're gonna have to vet these people more carefully. We're gonna have to hire a consultant or something. Maybe Bob to do investigations. Alright, well, let's see what we got. Rossador playing Stapvar again. This is all we got left. El Rossador using no time. Wow. Against the stone wall. Well, no secret there. That's the best line. Bishop g4. Damn. El Rossador not kidding about this. He knows exactly what he's doing. Wow. Very well played by El Rossador, but then he has problems with f7. He drops that pawn, playing too fast. So he played the opening really well, but way too fast. And Stapvar took the f7 pawn. And that's where we are here. It's more fun to just play like dubious accounts and be the moderator. And like watch other people play chess than play myself. We're going to be more selective about members of the team. You know, enough just like accepting everyone who has 100 games who wants to join. You gotta like bribe me, or there's got to be a specific reason in your favor. It'll be like fraternity membership or something from now on. We gotta haze people before we let them in. This tournament was totally messed up. One player totally dubious, the other one I can't trust because his dad is playing on the account. Like, neither case was like involving computers, I assume. We gotta have like one person playing on one account. Period. That's all there is to it. Not your brother, not your dad, not your girlfriend, not your mom, not Gary Kasparov, just you, My spider senses are still functioning. When I see someone like draws 2 games against people with an average rating of 1900, then whips out like 15 moves against me, like in a obscure variation, like they play it every day, that's weird. That's definitely weird. It was obvious they were out to get me, and that something was a little off. I'm glad I wasn't just completely paranoid. Did you guys know that Mr. Coffee's cats actually play better than him sometimes? Amazing. Alright, but this is an interesting position. What about sacking the exchange? Is that already... No, this is already... We're behind. I mean, honestly, it's unnecessary, but Stapvar could sack the exchange here and have compensation. It actually might be a very strong move. One idea would be like take here, takes, and like queen c4, threatening not only to scoop the pawn with a rook and win e6, but you got f5 too. I'd be very surprised if white wasn't massively better after sacking the exchange. That's cool, man. You had a quad with your 3 cats? Harrisburg quads. The Harrisburg cat quads. The cat cafe. We used to have a cat cafe on my street, but it closed down. Alright, let's check out another game if we got one. El Rostador, that's our only game. We don't have too many players today. It's been kind of a bad tournament. Why did Oms leave after winning the first game? Ripunj Bansal forfeited his first game, then showed up for the commentary. So Oms left. That's weird. We lost Oms. We lost Uber Driver. Uber Driver lost against... Man, you guys just lose one game and you quit. I'm still in it. Shaki never showed up. Oh, he did. He drew and he... What? Wait, I don't understand. Shaki showed up. Oh, Shaki's just playing other games. He didn't bother to play. Sean signed up, didn't bother to play. Dinekis signed up, lost one game. Asterbait beat Dinekis? Are you serious? Wow. Nice upset, Asterbait. But it's been kind of a slow tournament today. I had to give Leon a draw because I left him there for 5 minutes without moving. I feel bad about that too. He offered a draw. I accept. It was sportsmanlike, but I basically have only played like 2 games. What you have found is that a few bullet players are playing at 23-2400 but are useless at rapid. Well, I mean, that's basically what I try to teach people. Bullet is not real chess. It's a different thing. It's a totally different thing, man. If you have attention deficit disorder and play bullet chess all the time, that's not going to convert to like playing serious chess well. You know, bullet chess and real chess is totally different thing. Sky full of ghosts. You want to handle this, Mr. Coffee? Please let me in the team. You need a driver's license and note from your doctor. You can't play though, it's too late. You have to join by halfway. Blitz rating 890. Let's do like a profile. We'll work up a full profile. Profile workup. Pirate. Rap 2320. Blitz 2120. Ratings are pretty standard. Root Chess Masters. Probably from India. Puzzles 2300. Puzzle Storms not out of control good, but decent. Human. I mean, he looks legit. I would accept this player. But you still can't play in the tournament. Because it's too late. You can't join after the halfway mark in a Swiss. Oh no. Oh no, I just closed my window. Oh my god. You can only join until up through round 3. You can play next time. We just had like 2 people kicked out of the team for like playing on, letting like their friends and brothers and fathers play in their accounts. We are going to kick out. There's zero tolerance for cheating, even if it's just another person playing on your account. So just so you know, I'm going to get more strict about letting people in the team. I'm tired of, like, people doing funky stuff here. Alright, so Sky Full of Ghost, your account looks legit. I accepted you, but you still can't play. Not my rule. It's a Swiss, I guess. But I don't see why you couldn't let people join after the halfway mark. Mr. Coffee, do you see a logic for that? As a tournament director? I don't necessarily see the logic. Do you see the logic? Let's try to play one good game. Do you see the logic in not being allowed to join after halfway through the tournament? Just wondering. Is there inherently... Because I don't see it. Trying to figure it out. Lichess does a lot of random stuff, and they hate Swiss system tournaments. Like, they begrudgingly even created that feature against their will. Whoa. Like, Thibault, like, they had to, like, strap him down to a table and, like, you like spike him with hot pokers to get him to, like, put a Swiss system feature into the lichess site. The last thing he like cares about is Swiss system tournaments. Okay, am I lagging or something? No trolling me, Repunj. Yeah, Sky Full of Ghost. I mean, your account looks human and legit to me, so we accept you. Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry you can't play. 2 suspicious characters, 3, have been banned from the team today. We set an all-time record. You don't get, you get 0 for missed games. Unless it's the Goichberg tournament in the United States. Or the US Open or something. Did El Rosador just left the building? Oh, what happened? He, like, lost and he's pissed and he... So I'm gonna get a forfeit win in the last round? Wait, did Uber driver, like, swindle him or something? Yeah. El Rosador left. What? Wait, I'm confused. He wasn't playing Uber driver? Yeah, that was round 5. Bye. Wait, what? Who was Rosador losing to? Oh, it was Stapvarg and not Uber driver. My bad. Okay, so Rosador is going to forfeit. This has just been an all-around great tournament. Thanks, everybody, for making it a great tournament today. I'm so glad I streamed. This is like our worst tournament ever. The neighbors were like vacuuming while I'm playing, banging on the wall. I had to ban like 3 people from the team. It's extremely hot and humid. El Rosador like is angry, so like forfeits and leaves me standing here with no opponent. Yeah, that's bad form in any kind of tournament. But in Swisses you can actually drop out. But you want to drop out. Like, El Rosador didn't leave the tournament in time. He has to, like, click the button, like, leave or whatever, right? But I'm not gonna ban him from the team or anything like that. He just gets, like, a warning. El Rosador has 1 warning for... I'm actually glad. After everything that I went through today, I just... Usually, like, yeah, I mean, half-point buys are... Full-point buys are full-point buys. Half-point buys are like an American invention, you know? I mean, that whole concept of like giving people half-point buys, how was that even originated? Did like Bill Goichberg invent that or something? He probably, like, Bill Goichberg probably invented the half-point buy, like, in the late 70s or something. The inventor of the half-point buy. Alright. I resign. No. Whatever. It'll get me third place, maybe. Can I get third place? Probably not. Sloth Rapid Swiss. I don't want to leave the site, dude. God, the site is so awkward sometimes. It is the best chess site, but it's still awkward. Alright. Leon is going to win the tournament. Or Sapvargan. Ruslan came back. And he's playing Leon. There's no way I can finish third, is there? It's kind of sad. If Leon wins, I finish third. Well, no, I mean, not taking into consideration Asterbait getting 3. If I win by forfeit, I have 3. How's my tie breaks? Wow, I have power tie breaks. How can I have good tie breaks? Oh, there's one more round. Oh my god, I thought this was round 6. Oh, sorry, Repunj, you're right. I mean, I'm not sorry you're right, but you're right. This is only round 4. My bad. We have one more round. It's not over yet. Because we've done 5-rounders in the past. I was thinking 5. The problem is I've played all 3 leaders, and the other 2 guys are kicked out, and Rossador left the tournament, and Uber Driver left the tournament. So the only players left are Asterbait and I Play Chess Badly. Oms left the tournament, Chess Video World left the tournament, Repunj came back, but it's only a few people. Dinekis is still in? No. Yeah, very disappointing tournament today. What do I have to do? Introduce prizes? That's like the worst thing I could ever do. That's a real nightmare. You want to make my tournaments even worse? Introduce prizes. I would just rather stick hot needles in my eyes than introduce prizes to the tournaments. It would be nice if we could have prizes in chess tournaments online, but it just encourages cheating. It's not that I'm stingy, and I thought about it. I thought, oh, maybe we'll give away an Amazon gift card or, free subscriptions or anything, cash. But it's it just encourages cheating. Then we'd have real problems. Asterbait for the trophy. The first prize is you can do bullet. Well, I don't do bullet. But it's not 100% bulletproof. Even that Sky Full of Ghost. But I guess, the cheaters in bullet are a little easier to detect. But I don't play bullet. I'm very anti-bullet. I want to play real chess. Thursday I'm playing in a Grandmaster tournament at 90, 90 moves, 40 moves, 90 moves, 40 moves in 9 minutes time control. I don't want to play bullet, I'm a serious chess player. I hate bullet. If I introduce prizes to the tournament, there'd be all kinds of sketchy characters trying to play. They'll cheat for $5. If you make the tournament rated, cheating can be drastically reduced. You really think so? I feel like rating is just another inducement to cheat, but it's really not that important as money or something like that. But how would making it rated reduce the chances of cheating? Yeah, I think that's weird. I disagree. I respectfully disagree. I feel I agree with Mr. Coffee. The rating, making it rated just encourages people to cheat even more. They have another reason to cheat. You're just giving them a different reason to cheat. Now they just want my rating points. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is the problem, okay? I admit there's a problem, but the solution is that we have a limited team with people who we trust, and that's why the tournament's okay. You know, theoretically, I could have prizes, but we have to be. We really have to be like really, very. We'd have to be very, very accurate about like admitting people to the club or the team, if I introduce some sort of prizes. Oh, you think like lichess is more alert when there's cheating in a rated game? Although I don't understand that like fundamentally, you might be right. It wouldn't surprise me. Thanks, Rossador. Good game. Thank you for the forfeit victory. I haven't had a forfeit victory in a while. So I got 3 points. I'm in first place. What if Ruslan wins and he's like ahead of me and I can't stop him? Stapvargan. It's Stapvargan Asterbait. Holy crap. Asterbait is down a million pieces. Oh no. Rook takes f6 check. Your rook's not protected. Poor Asterbait. So far, so good. He played knight g5. Asterbait. Knight g5. He's never done that before. Oh, man. The full coffee house attack. So he sacked a piece here with knight f7. It was better to take... Maybe it was better to take on e6, I wonder. Pawn e6. Pawn g5. Jeez. Asterbait has like this. F takes e6, h takes g5, pawn takes f7 check, followed by bishop takes g5. But he was like obsessed with sacking, like it's the Cochrane gambit. And this is probably better to take here. Okay, we can't watch anymore. Asterbait, that game is... Asterbait beat Stapvargan once. Wow. Alright, Stapvargan has 3.5 points. Let's see the epic battle between Leon and Ruslan. Dude. Leon took a knife to a gunfight, and he is getting smoked here. Wow, this is devastating. But it's funny to see Ruslan with 2 minutes to his opponent's 8. This is 100% game over. But white has to be accurate. Wow, this looks brutal. Is Ruslan going to suddenly have problems with time? That's unbelievable. White's absolutely 100% winning, and he's like Mr. Fast Play. Yeah, Queen f3 is one of the really strong moves. I think he could have just taken on c7, penetrated with his queen to the 8th, but maybe that wasn't so simple. That was more complicated. This looks like a really strong move. Understatement of the year. Queen f3 is really crushing. Wow. Stronger than I thought. It just forces like black to lose immediately. That's sick, dude. See, I didn't see it at first either. I also thought he could play a6 or b5. Yeah, it's just game over. So impressive. Well, if there's one player who plays even more fast, it's nice to see Ruslan using time. Yeah, that's the crushing shot. I think that white could have just sacked on c7 a full piece and still been winning, but it would have been much more complicated. Queen f3 was best. I didn't want to say anything though. So there's play chess badly, Asterbait. No, Repunj. Oh man, re-pushes down a queen. Where's your time? You dropped a whole queen or something? Where is white's queen? Oh my god, he allowed bishop g5. Wow. Oof. It's a Boleslavsky. What is this line? Black played e5. You know, like, theoretically, white's supposed to play bishop b5 check, I think. I had the student who played that. He was a total beginner. The first lesson we had, he showed me a game where he played what Play Chess Badly did. He didn't know any openings. He said, I played the Sicilian defense. Alright, what do you play? And then he showed me this, like 4 e5. And I was like, I've never seen any serious players play that. And my assumption is, like, bishop e5 check is strong for white. But I don't remember now if it's necessarily best or not. Like, maybe white has another move. Knight f5 could be good as well. Yeah, I mean, Repunj is just lost, but maybe he can try to swindle his way here. Down a bishop for a queen, forget it. Alright, so Stafargan, Ruslan Bear. Poor Leon. Got a draw against me, then got crushed by Ruslan. Ruslan's 3 in a row. He beat Asterbait, Played Chess Badly, and then Leon. The Stafargan is sitting pretty here. He's played all the best players, and he also has 3.5 and a better tiebreak. How am I going to get a half point ahead of those guys, if not for, like, pure luck? I mean, maybe Play Chess Badly or someone can beat them. I don't know. Asterbait can come up with an upset. But right now it looks like I'm going to finish third. The standings are unlikely to change, I would say. At least a prize. Move 11 also disappointed that he didn't play. He comes by and teases us with the hype train, but then doesn't play. And he needs to practice. Okay, guys, listen. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I will be streaming our last stream before tournament starts on Thursday. Asterbait, do you have the link for my tournament? Mr. Coffee? You have a link for my tournament? Like, there's nobody here today anyway, but Rossador. Rossador wouldn't have left if he realized, but he was going to get paired with me and he already lost 2. I mean, I didn't know if Lizard was like legit, but it looked sus, that's why I resigned. And then, although I had a like legit game in the first round with Stafargan, draw. Game 4 I gave a draw because it was messed up by the kicking people out of tournaments, cost me half my time. And now game 5 was a forfeit. It's been a really ridiculous tournament. I have 1 game left. The game against Stafargan wasn't that bad. The second game against Ruslan was fun. Third game didn't happen. Fourth game didn't happen. Fifth game didn't happen. So I only played 2 games, essentially. Asterbait. Slaggy. Asterbait, last round pairing. Let's do it. I'm afraid, though, that actually pairings could get really weird. You could, like, run out of players to play. I mean, there aren't enough players in the tournament left. who haven't like played each other. We have a serious problem now. And I've played Stafvargan, Ruslan, Leon, Rossador. I can play Asterbate, play just badly. How many people are actually left in the tournament? Repunj can resign anytime he feels like it. We're just chilling. I'm gonna order some lobster and maybe a glass of wine. Thanks again to Mr. Sohan for donating, to make my trip to Italy to become the youngest world senior champion, 50 plus ever, a reality. Yeah, I'm starting a tournament on Thursday every day. You can check the results at chessresults.com. Probably, I think Mr. Coffee on lichess, they actually have a lot of tournaments you can follow, like watch broadcasts, and they have a lot of games like that might be in there, and Chess 24 also usually broadcasts the game live. But actually, Asterbate, did you play Ruslan? Did you play Leon? You didn't play Leon. You can play me or Leon. These guys, Ruslan already played you. Yeah. You have to play me or Leon. I resigned in game 3 because there was something fishy about my opponent. He played weakly in the first 2 games, and then he came out the gate like playing like he was a Superman. So there was something weird going on. I was right. He like admitted that his dad played the first 2 games. Never ever admit that you cheated, or I'll ban you from the team. I smelled something, was wrong. It just didn't make sense. And I was right about the other guy, too. We have evidence. We're going to a grand jury. You can hold a draw? Dude, your rook was hanging. Oh my god. No way. He reached the fortress. Check this out. How did this happen? It's a fortress. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a blunder. Rook b3 was a blunder. It's still a draw, though. I don't like Ripun's technique here. It's like he's trying to lose or something. Actually, I don't like both of their techniques. They're both like not playing this right. I mean, the problem is Sky Full of Ghosts, like, the other thing is, like, you can't just, like, believe what people put in their profiles. I can say that I'm, like, 2600. I could say that I'm a beautiful girl, but, because someone puts it in their profile that they're FIDE 18 whatever, that's not, like, been, like, certified by President Trump or something. We really can't, like, that doesn't factor into decisions, Whether people, like, say they're 1800 FIDE. I mean, I agree with, like, the judging people by the rating breakdown. The problem wasn't his rating or his ratings. That's why I admitted him to the team. The problem was his results didn't make sense. Your opponent got mated. You gotta keep the king on... You keep the pawns back. You keep your pawn on the second rank. Here. You never ever get out of the boat, like they say in Apocalypse Now. Your rook's there, you can't lose. You move your king back and forth. Can white be forced to not be able to move his king back and forth? Yeah. Yeah, this is tricky. Is this definitely a draw? With the rook on b4? White can be forced, like if we play our queen to d1. I lost a game like this once. No, I have rook c4 check. The only thing is, it's probably a draw. It's a little weird. You need to have your rook like be able to go to a supported square. But the best position is, the easiest to draw is like this. Here, he should have just played check. I'll just briefly show you guys the idea. As long as your pawn is supporting two squares, if you go there... Alright, this is going to take too long. Forget it. The rook can go to alternate between a3 and c3. That's the point. A really good game by Play Chess Badly, actually. Even though he let you off the hook at some point. He had 1 inaccuracy and 1 blunder. Look how low that is. What is that? Somebody's phone, probably not analyzing the game well. I can't believe that game had so few mistakes. Ping 61. Server 46. My god, that was like a world record. Can't be having that, Thibault. Admitting the server had a 46 ping. I knew there was something weird about that player. Like, why did they draw 2 of the weaker players and then suddenly come out the gate playing like, you know, themselves? But I'm going to be more strict about who we allow into the team. We're going to be more selective from now on. Random people with 100 rated games are not allowed in. Got to have a note from... Maybe we should start... Mr. Coffee, we should start requiring people to have like letters of recommendation or something. Are we... Round 6 has started. Is Twitch even existing anymore? I'm so sorry I missed Asterbait. Man, my Twitch is just gone. It's just gone. Twitch chat is just gone. Whew, where is it? Hello, Twitch chat. Where are you? It's hard to go up against Super Tuesday. The Bullet World Championship every week. It's so gross, you know, seriously. Hikaru posting his 5 out of 6 in the title Tuesday. Like, who the fuck cares, you know? It's like meaningless. It's so sad. Hikaru and Magnus Carlsen and everyone selling out chess to like 1 minute chess. It's so sad. There's no chess anymore. They want to sell it out. Bullet chess is just a joke. So now we transpose to Jababa London after bishop f4. I've had this a lot. I always play like bishop g4, but maybe it's not even the best move. I don't know. Objectively, like bishop f5 might be good. My chat is not working on Twitch, and my ping is 59. Is there something wrong with Twitch? Like lichess seems fine. My stream seems fine, but Twitch looks bad. At the bottom, I can't get chat. It says connecting to chat, but it just keeps revolving. Queen's Gambit with colors reversed. I mean, Aldisto stopped playing since I started doing Rapid. I guess he likes Blitz better. He doesn't play anymore, which is sad because he's a good player, and I'm sorry. You just like blew out a tempo. Played just badly. If you wanted to play Bishop e5, you should have played it right away. You're now playing it in 2 moves. That's the sign of a player who's inconsistent. You're not thinking systematically. Now you're threatening to play g4. Like if it was your turn here, I think your position would be pretty good. But it's my turn. Because you had to move your bishop twice. So what's the resolution? Bishop d6, allowing g4, bishop g6, knight e5. It's not bad, probably. We can do it. I don't know if it's the best move. Man, I mean, seriously, you need someone to look at some games and puzzle results. What are you talking about? Like, for vetting people, if they're... I think Twitch crashed. Seriously. Nice knowing you guys. My Twitch is like totally down. But it's not. It's actually working. The video is working, the chat is down. Can someone send a chat if you hear this? Please confirm chat works. Is anyone still alive? Oh my god. You messed up the move order. You're supposed to play g4 first. Play chess badly is a talented beast, but he's an adult learner. Yeah. That is not gonna float. Now he loses another piece. My other brother Daryl. This is my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl. You can hear me. Okay, well my Twitch is acting all crazy. But I mean, are you guys capable of chatting? I know, it's like the chat doesn't work. It's really weird. It looks like the video works, but chat doesn't work. Now maybe they're crashing on Twitch. We heard of something, Astrobate said. I think Twitch is struggling. It's not just me. Mr. Coffee says, what? Yes, our chat works? I heard of Bison. The Bisonic Lodge. I don't know then. Maybe it's me. But I don't know why my internet is like perfect. With lichess, my stream is clean with the video, but chat is just like reloading. Now I see a herd, a group of bison. Okay, back tournament. Lichess is good. Let's win the tournament. Draw. Oh my god, if Stapvargan and Ruslan draw, this would be epic. I would win the tournament. Right? It's gotta be a draw. Man, Ruslan has a bad position. Have you seen this somewhere before? I mean, it's really familiar. This is like exactly the same game as Stapvargan played in round 1. Man, Ruslan is a clean piece down. I guess this is over, dude. Stapvargan just like dusted him every time. The Stonewall is not his deal. Man, okay. Congratulations, Stapvargan. He's going to win the tournament, barring some sort of astrological... He deserves it more than me. Stapvargan lost to me, but he played consistently throughout. I said he lost to me, but he didn't even lose to me. He like drew. I didn't beat you, but I'm going to take credit for beating you. No. Stapvargan deserves to win. Consistently throughout. He lost one game to one of the people who was banned. I lost one game to a person who was banned, but I also drew, and Stapvargan consistently won his other games. I also got a forfeit. He totally deserves to win. I don't know why. Why is my... By the way, like, why is my tiebreak better? That just sucks. You know, that's not fair. Leon dropped out. He shouldn't have dropped out because he still had a chance to finish second or third. But I'm sorry, guys. My chat's not working here. On Twitch for some reason. I tried like a million times to fix it, but it looks problematic. I've never had this issue before where like Twitch, like chat just doesn't work. Hello? You don't work. Page don't work. Twitch chat doesn't work, guys, so just not gonna type anything in there. Stapvargan wins the tournament. 4.5. Sladgy has 4. Ruslan with 3.5. And Asturbate's still playing. Asturbate with a forfeit win? Dude, are you serious? Repunj just dropped out, and Asturbate had to wait 10 minutes. That is really bad sportsmanship. Again. Asturbate will get close to the leaders with 3 points. Asturbate with 5th place. Stapvargan wins the tournament 4.5. Sparkle Horse hangs in there for 4. Ruslan with 3.5. Impressive. I have to say Ruslan impressive. He can be tough, but he hasn't solved Stapvargan. We clearly dominated Ruslan, but he hung in there for 3rd place. Leon unfortunately shouldn't have withdrawn. I guess he had to go, but Leon had a good start, lost against Ruslan and dropped out, but he could have done better. So suddenly my chat's coming back. If you refresh Twitch, then it may work, it may crash. Yeah, I mean it's coming back now. Just getting my chat back, but it's acting crazy. So final standings: Stapvargan 22-32 performance, Sparkle Horse 2nd place 22-37 performance, and Ruslan 21-43 with the Bronze Cup. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Leon, credible result. 4th place, Asturbate in 5th place. And I'd like to thank everybody for playing. It's been my pleasure. Kind of a crazy night. A lot of issues. We will be playing in the tournament live OTB starting Thursday. So tomorrow's my last stream. Beginning of tournament. I still might do some morning streams. Friday, Monday, Wednesday. I'm probably gonna do like maybe 90-minute streams here and there to kind of keep everyone updated on what's going on with my tournament, but nothing like not too much heavy lifting. Conserve the energy for the tournament. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Thanks, Astrobate. Thanks, everyone. Next stream tomorrow. My chat's still not working, so I'm just gonna shut it down. Nice seeing everybody here, and we'll see you Wednesday morning for the next stream. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Say bye to Sloth. Goodbye. Goodbye.